Hello YouTubers. I finally got all the wiring finished up on my Hang Tiger 1. I currently don't have this connected so I can have it opened up. I converted this over to the newest RX-18 board with the dual sound. Now one thing you're going to have to do, and this is going to depend on whether or not your tank is driven by the front sprockets or the rear sprockets. On this one I did have to change the polarity on the right hand motor here. Let's see here. That's, there goes focus. CN5 motor right. I had to reverse the polarity just by switching out the leads. You could also solder it onto the motor. You could do that way either way. That's going to vary on your tank. Mine, it just so happened that right motor was going the wrong way. You're also going to have to pick up one of these boards, the upper hull board. It's the easiest way to convert the wiring over. So you're going to have to do some soldering, like the lights that are on the Tiger 1 here. They were soldered onto the old board. So here, let me actually... Here's the old board. You got your 8-pin connector, and then you got a 3-pin connector which goes to your airsoft, and then everything else is soldered. So I snipped the wires there. So the top of this board you have to solder your lights in, and then the newest system on your controller, that is up turret, that is down turret, whereas the old the 27 megahertz radial I had here, you held this up and that fired your airsoft. You held this down and that just cycled your barrel up and down, whereas the new system, this is barrel up, this is barrel down. Now the problem there is the old 27 megahertz system was had 3 wires coming out. Your up and down barrel and your airsoft shared a common wire. So you actually have to run another wire, because you're only going to have 3 wires coming in here. You actually need 4. You need to separate your up and down elevation motor and your airsoft motor. They have to be separated. So this is my up and down elevation here. It's white and red. You can see where I connected it in. And then here's your airsoft, black and red. And I didn't have any more of these connectors, so I just had to, I don't know if you can see that, I got some shrink wrap around there and just plugged them in, make sure they're good and tight. This 3-prong for this particular tank isn't used. Actually, it would be maybe for the machine guns. I think the machine gun, my LED burned out for my machine gun, so I need to get a new one. So I haven't got that wired in yet. And that's obviously your 8-pin. So on this top board, you've got your 8-pin, and you've got your elevation motor, blank, and then your airsoft, and then this 3-pin is blank. So once I get the machine gun wired up, I'm going to be using either that 3-pin or that other 2-pin. I'm not sure which it is. So yeah, anyway, it was a little bit of a pain, but all in all, everything's wired up now. Everything's good to go. I had changed some pins around on my 8-pin connector to get it to work with the old board, the old upper hull board. Well, I had to change those back. So your 8-pin down here, all the wires should match up with your top 8-pin. So you know, here if you're starting out, you're going like red, black, blue, yellow, so on. So your top one should be red, black, blue, yellow, blah blah blah. They should all be the same. So once I get the, I'll have to order in a new LED. I don't have any here for the machine gun to light up as it fires, but as of now everything works. It can now do everything from the controller. I'll maybe post a video of me playing around with it. just thought I'd let everybody know it is possible to convert these old guys up to the new 2.4 gigahertz dual sound board and and controller. So yeah, I'll get everything back together and get my tracks back on, and maybe do another video of me playing around with it, make sure my airsoft is working correctly. It should be. The motor was going. So anyway, hope this video helped you out. There's lots of different diagrams on online. It's just finding the one that works for you. There's so many, it's not funny, but yeah. So if you want to convert this over, that's all you need to do is you'll have to make sure that your motors are going the correct direction, which is just a matter of popping these leads out and switching them around, or unsoldering the leads off your motor and reversing them to get the motors going the correct way. And the easiest way is to get this new upper hall circuit board, and then just kind of go from there from your wiring. But the wiring for the airsoft motor here, it's still wired up to the switch I got up here, which will probably stop my cannon fire as well. I'll have to test that out and let you know whether that actually stops the cannon fire noise or just kills the airsoft. I haven't fired it up yet to check that. Anyway, I hope this video helped you out. Put this back together and have some fun with it. Everybody, have a good evening.